Did you know that nearly 80% of men would rather blend into the background than stand alone in the spotlight? This striking statistic reveals just how uncommon it is to find someone willing to defy societal norms and forge their own path. It's easy and often more comfortable for most men to conform, to follow the crowd, and to seek acceptance in familiar circles. But among the few who choose to walk a different path, the Sigma male stands in a category of his own. He is not just independent. He thrives on independence. He isn't simply self-reliant. He has built his life around it. Authenticity is not a choice for him. It's his default state of being. In contrast to the alpha male, who actively seeks dominance, attention, and validation, or the beta male, who tend to follow the rules and adapt to others' expectations, the Sigma male exists entirely outside this hierarchy. He doesn't play the game that others are so consumed by. He doesn't chase social trends, participate in hollow rituals, or mold himself to fit in. Instead, he finds strength in solitude and values genuine, purposeful connections over superficial interactions. While others may fear being alone, he embraces it as a form of freedom, space to think clearly, act deliberately, and live truthfully. What truly separates the Sigma male from the rest is not only in what he does, but in what he refuses to do. His power lies in what he avoids. He steers clear of toxic environments, resists being emotionally entangled with the wrong people, and rejects the societal pressures that often trap men in cycles of insecurity and regret. He sees through the illusion of status gains, and rather than waste energy competing for approval, he invested in becoming a stronger version of himself. This video is a deep dive into the mindset of this rare and often misunderstood archetype. We'll explore 8 key behaviors that Sigma males intentionally avoid, behaviors that most people fall into unconsciously. Understanding these choices not only sheds light on why Sigma males are so enigmatic and respected, but also offers insight into the kind of self-mastery that leads to true freedom and internal power. 1. They never surround themselves with idiots. One of the most defining traits of a Sigma male is his unwavering understanding of the power of association. He lives by the belief that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This isn't just a catchy phrase to him, it's a rule to live by. Most people underestimate how deeply their environment shapes them. The attitudes, behaviors, energy, and even the limitations of those around us gradually seep into our own mindset. Without noticing, people begin to mirror the mediocrity, pessimism, or complacency of their surroundings. But Sigma males are immune to this trap because they consciously refuse to let mediocrity take root in their lives. Instead of blindly accepting anyone into their circle, Sigma males curate their relationships with precision. They understand that every interaction either adds to their growth or pulls them into stagnation. They don't tolerate dead weight. Only those who challenge their thinking, ignite their ambition, and support their evolution are allowed to remain in their inner sphere. For the Sigma, friendships are not about convenience. They're about shared purpose, mutual respect, and elevation. When a Sigma enters a room, he doesn't announce himself with loud words or flamboyant gestures. He observes quietly. His silent scan begins the moment he steps in. With sharp intuition, he can read the energy in the room, quickly identifying who is worth engaging and who isn't. This ability isn't driven by arrogance. It's rooted in self-preservation. The Sigma male has no interest in wasting time or energy on people who offer nothing of value. He actively avoids 3 types of individuals. Gossipers, those who feed on drama and conflict, dragging everyone around them into trivial chaos. The Sigma knows that constant gossip is a red flag for shallow thinking and insecurity. Energy vampires, the ones who are always complaining, blaming, or playing the victim. These people never take responsibility and live in a fog of negativity. The Sigma male refuses to be their emotional dumping ground. Conformity enforcers, those who can't stand individual thought and push everyone to fit in. These are the people who feel threatened by independence and originality, exactly the qualities a Sigma male treasures most. To understand this behavior better, imagine a rare flower being planted in a toxic, polluted environment. No matter how unique or strong the flower is, the surroundings will inevitably affect its growth. The Sigma male protects his energy like a rare seed, refusing to let it wither in a garden overrun by weeds. He uproots what's harmful and cultivates a space that encourages growth, learning, and clarity. This deliberate distancing from the wrong crowd isn't elitism. It's a form of self-respect. Sigma males know their time and energy are limited, and they won't squander on relationships that drain, distract, or destroy. Their environment is a reflection of their mindset, and they guard it fiercely. 2. They never insult women after rejection. Rejection is a test many men fail, not because it's painful, but because it exposes a fragile ego hiding beneath the surface. For many, hearing the word no triggers a cascade of emotional immaturity. Instead of accepting the woman's decision with grace, they lash out with insults, sarcasm, or passive-aggressive remarks meant to tear her down. It's a defense mechanism, a way to protect a wounded pride by pretending superiority. But all it truly reveals is insecurity, entitlement, and a desperate need for validation. The Sigma male, however, moves differently. Rejection does not unhinge him, because his self-worth is not dependent on external approval. He enters relationships, or even pursuit of them, with intentionality and calm confidence, not hunger or desperation. He sees attraction as a mutual choice, not an obligation. So if someone chooses not to engage with him romantically, he doesn't take it personally. Instead, he walks away with his composure fully intact, demonstrating a level of emotional control that most never reach. Why doesn't the Sigma male beg or plead for another chance? Simple. He values his self-respect far more than he values momentary validation. He knows that begging diminishes his own worth, reducing him to someone who sees himself as dependent on the affection of another. To the Sigma, rejection isn't a death sentence, it's a redirection. He operates from a mindset of abundance, believing that if one connection doesn't work out, it only means a better suited one lies ahead. He doesn't chase. He doesn't try to force compatibility where none exists. Moreover, Sigma males detest emotional games, manipulative tactics, guilt-tripping, or clinging to false hope. These are the tools of the immature. The Sigma male has no room in his life for such behavior. He refuses to let pride morph into bitterness. When faced with rejection, the Sigma performs what can best be described as the silent exit. While other men might resort to lashing out, begging, or smearing the woman's name behind her back, the Sigma simply disengages without drama. He does not insult her preferences in an attempt to make himself feel superior, beg for another chance, which would compromise his dignity, badmouth her to others, revealing bitterness disguised as bravado. Instead, he quietly accepts the outcome, learns what he can, and moves forward with confidence and clarity. This ability to walk away calmly, without emotional outbursts or resentment, is a mark of true strength. And ironically, it's his very grace under fire, this unshakable composure, that makes the Sigma male irresistibly magnetic to others. His reaction to rejection speaks volumes. Because where others crumble, the Sigma male remains unbothered, unmoved, and utterly in control. 3. They never keep backstabbers in their circle. Backstabbers are among the most dangerous types of people a man can have in his life. They wear masks of loyalty, pretending to be allies while secretly sowing seeds of doubt, betrayal, and sabotage behind the scenes. These are the people who flatter you in public, but criticize you in private. The emotional landmines waiting to explode when you least expect it. Most individuals tolerate such people out of fear of confrontation, social politeness, or misplaced loyalty. But Sigma males are cut from a different cloth. For the Sigma male, loyalty is non-negotiable, and disloyalty is a deal breaker. The moment he detects even a hint of two-faced behavior or dishonesty, he takes action, not with noise or drama, but with swift, silent precision. Sigma males do not waste time confronting snakes. They simply remove them from their lives with quiet finality. There is no need to argue or explain. They understand that trust, once broken, is never the same, and keeping disloyal people around only invites future chaos. The way Sigma males handle betrayal is rooted in calm decisiveness. They avoid public confrontations. There's no desire to create a scene or prove a point. Execute a silent removal, slowly withdrawing without explanation. Trust their instincts. If something about a person feels wrong, they don't rationalize it away. They listen to their inner warning and act accordingly. This mindset aligns with what could be called the garden weeding principle. A good gardener doesn't allow weeds to grow unchecked among their crops. Weeds compete for nutrients, block the sunlight, and eventually choke out everything beautiful and useful. Sigma males apply this exact philosophy to their social environment. Eliminate the toxic, protect the valuable. In doing so, they preserve their peace, protect their energy, and maintain a circle built on honesty and mutual respect. 4. They know when to stay silent. In today's world, silence is rare and therefore powerful. Most people feel compelled to constantly fill every space with noise. They talk excessively, often without substance, blurting out opinions no one asked for, and venting emotions that should be processed in private. But Sigma males understand that silence is not emptiness. It is strategy. For the Sigma male, silence is strength. He uses it not because he lacks something to say, but because he knows that saying less often achieves more. He listens deeply, speaks only when necessary, and understands that restraint commands more respect than constant chatter. He sees words as tools, not toys, meant to build, not to entertain idle minds. Sigma males use silence in 3 distinct ways. To listen more than they speak, gathering information, understanding others, and absorbing the truth beneath the surface. To avoid pointless arguments, realizing that many debates are ego-driven and lead nowhere meaningful. To test others' authenticity. By staying quiet, they let others reveal themselves without interference. Why is silence such a powerful tool for the Sigma male? It prevents unnecessary conflict. He knows that not every disagreement requires a response. By choosing his battles wisely, he preserves his mental energy for what truly matters. It commands respect. People are drawn to mystery. A man who doesn't reveal everything immediately sparks curiosity and reverence. Silence, in many cases, speaks louder than words. It allows deeper observation. When others are talking, Sigma males are watching. They are reading body language, catching inconsistencies, and seeing through facades. In silence, the truth becomes visible. For the Sigma male, silence is not awkward, it's tactical. While others use words to seek attention or validation, he uses silence to gather strength, maintain control, and uncover what's real in a world filled with noise. 5. They never judge without self-reflection. In a world where people rush to criticize others at the slightest misstep, Sigma males stand apart by practicing restraint and self-awareness. Most individuals fall into the trap of quick judgment. They point fingers at others while ignoring the flaws within themselves. It's a form of social currency for many, feeling superior by belittling someone else. But the Sigma male sees through this hypocrisy and refuses to participate in it. Rather than casting blame or forming snap opinions, the Sigma male turns the mirror inward. Before judging anyone, he asks himself a series of honest, grounding questions. Am I guilty of this too? Do I actually know the full story? Is my reaction coming from fairness or projection? This internal dialogue ensures that his assessment of others are never rooted in ego or assumption. It's not that Sigma males never form opinions, but they temper them with humility. They understand that judgment without self-reflection is hypocrisy, and they refuse to become the kind of person who tears others down to feel taller. This mindset is summarized in the principle Sigma males live by. Before pointing fingers, make sure your hands are clean. It means they hold themselves accountable first. Instead of wasting energy critiquing others, they invest that energy in self-improvement. They recognize that true character is built not by policing others, but by refining one's own actions, values, and behavior. By focusing on growth over gossip, they naturally attract respect and trust, without ever demanding it. 6. They never bore you with pointless chatter. For the Sigma male, conversation is not just noise, it's a tool. He doesn't talk just to fill silence, nor does he engage in surface-level banter for the sake of being polite. In fact, mindless small talk and pointless chatter are deeply draining to him. He craves substance and interaction, conversations that stimulate the intellect, challenge perspectives, or forge real emotional connections. While many people default to gossip, whether updates or hollow social niceties, the Sigma male sees those exchanges as a waste of precious time and energy. He won't fake interest, nod along just to be agreeable, or pretend to care about topics that have no relevance to him. His communication style is intentional and concise, and every word is delivered with purpose. There are a few key reasons why Sigma males avoid empty words. Time is precious. Every moment matters to them. They're not interested in wasting it on conversations that go nowhere or mean nothing. They value authenticity. Forced enthusiasm or fake interest feels dishonest. The Sigma male would rather say nothing than pretend. They prefer meaningful connections. To him, a single deep conversation is more valuable than 100 shallow ones. He seeks truth, insight, and emotional depth, not just noise. This doesn't mean the Sigma male is antisocial or aloof. It means that when he speaks, it's worth listening to, and when he listens, it's with genuine presence. He avoids trivial chatter not out of arrogance, but because he reserves his energy for what truly matters. Conversations with a Sigma often feel impactful because they are. He brings clarity, focus, and often surprising depth to every exchange, making him someone whose words carry weight, even when they're few. 7. They never make illogical assumptions. One of the key traits that distinguishes Sigma males in the crowd is their ability to think logically rather than emotionally. In a world driven by snap judgments, quick takes, and emotional outbursts, the Sigma male takes a step back. He is not impulsive, nor does he allow his feelings to dictate his conclusions. Instead, he adheres to a mindset of facts over feelings. Before forming any opinion or making a decision, he gathers the necessary evidence, considers the context, and thinks critically about what's really going on. Unlike those who let assumptions spiral into miscommunication or conflict, the Sigma male chooses clarity over confusion. He's the type to ask questions, dig deeper, and look at both sides before forming a stance. Emotional reasoning, jumping to conclusions based on how one feels instead of what one knows, is a trap he avoids at all costs. To him, rational analysis isn't just a strength, it's a discipline. This mindset can be likened to a chess player's mentality. Every move he makes, whether in business, relationships, or daily interactions, is deliberate. Sigma males do not move based on assumption. They move based on strategy. Just like a grandmaster anticipates the opponent's next 5 moves, the Sigma male plays life with foresight and control. His calm demeanor, grounded in logic, makes him immune to manipulation and reactionary behavior. He doesn't just see what's in front of him. He sees what's behind it, what led to it, and where it's heading. 8. They're not afraid to bend the rules. Sigma males are not blind followers. While society often rewards obedience and penalizes disruption, Sigma males thrive in the gray areas, the spaces where innovation is born and convention is questioned. They are natural nonconformists, driven not by rebellion for its own sake, but by a deeper desire to find what works better. When faced with rules or traditions, their first instinct isn't comply. It's to ask critical questions. Who made this rule? Does it still serve a purpose today? Is there a more efficient or authentic way to do this? This isn't about being a rule breaker for attention. It's about being a rule bender for progress. The Sigma male understands that some of the most revolutionary minds, people like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, or Nikola Tesla, reshaped the world by challenging what everyone else accepted. To Sigma males, progress requires disruption. Without questioning the system, growth becomes impossible. They refuse to let outdated standards or rigid structures define their path. By nature, Sigma males are allergic to conformity because they know it often kills creativity. A man who blindly follows the rules without understanding their origin becomes a prisoner of someone else's logic. The Sigma male avoids his fate by remaining curious, independent, and bold enough to experiment, even when others discourage it. Conclusion: the Sigma male's code. At their core, Sigma males live by an internal code that values principles over popularity and authenticity over approval. They're not here to please a crowd or fit into pre-made molds. Every decision they make reflects a deep respect for self-mastery, logic, and independence. This code is what allows them to move through life with quiet confidence and unshakable clarity. They choose their circle wisely, refusing to let mediocrity or toxicity seep into their world. Handle rejection with grace, never stooping to bitterness or emotional games. Cut off backstabbers instantly, guarding their peace and trust with unwavering strength. Master the art of silence, using it as a tool to observe, reflect, and command respect. Judge themselves before judging others, ensuring fairness and humility in all interactions. Speak with purpose, avoiding hollow chatter in favor of meaningful dialogue. Think before assuming, anchoring themselves in facts and strategy, not emotions. Rewrite the rules when necessary, valuing innovation and freedom over blind conformity. By avoiding these 8 common traps, Sigma males preserve their most valuable assets: independence, authenticity, and self-respect. They are not loud in the crowd. They are simply unshaken by it. Whether you already identify as a Sigma or are on the path to becoming one, embracing this mindset unlocks a life of powerful clarity, intentional action, and silent strength. Do these ideas resonate with you? If you found yourself nodding along or reflecting deeply on the traits and experiences we explored in this video, I'd love to hear your thoughts. The Sigma male mindset isn't often talked about openly, and your perspective, whether you identify with it personally or have encountered in others, adds valuable depth to the conversation. Drop a comment below and let me know which part hit home the most for you. Have you seen these traits in yourself or someone you know? Your insights help build a community where authenticity and growth are prioritized over popularity and performance. If you're drawn to this kind of introspective, no-nonsense content around Sigma males, psychological strength, emotional intelligence, and high-value living, there's more waiting for you. Explore the other videos on this channel for deeper dives, actionable insights, and raw truths that cut through the noise. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay sharp, stay grounded, and stay unapologetically real. Until next time.